Hi, this is an overview that we're going to show you how to manage your metadata in EPMA using Excel. And this is sponsored by Strafford Technology. A lot of our clients are actually using Excel to manage their metadata, and we wanted to share this with a larger audience. So just a quick update. The EPMA dimensions, are made up of the accounts, the entities, the periods, and they have all the property settings, that make up each dimension. So what I've done here is I set up an HFM example to show you how to update all the dimensions. And I did the standard 8 standard dimensions with the four customs. So what you can do here in the example that I'm going to show you guys here in a few minutes is that you can load all your dimensions and create all your dimensions using Excel. However, all the same rules do apply as in the normal EPMA rules. So for example, if you create the period dimension, once you deploy the application, you can't go back and change that. You can update the aliases or the descriptions, but that's all you can do. The benefits. Why do a lot of people want to use Excel? If you have a lot of updates, I mean, if you've been in an EPMA, manually going in there, it takes some time to add new entities or whatnot. So these are some of the reasons why people want to use Excel when they have a lot of updates. Sometimes they buy a new company, so therefore you got to add a new entity structure. Or if you're restructuring your departments, cost center, business units, or changing your chart of accounts and you have a lot of movements to do, it's a lot faster to use Excel than to do it manually. And we'll show you that. So what we do is we have an Excel worksheet that has a macro on it that creates the ADS file. And this ADS file can be quickly loaded into the EPMA using in the dimension library, and I will show you that here in a few minutes. And the worksheet that we have, it can create dimensions for planning, HFM, SBase, any of the current applications that are out there. So let me show you the application. Hold on, jump to it. So what I'm going to do is I set up this application here. So if you go in and you look at the property fields here, so all these property fields are going to line up to what's on the Excel worksheet. And if any of you guys have edited the worksheets, you'll recognize this pretty quickly. So what I'm going to do is, here's an account worksheet, and let's just go to the bottom. And there's roughly, 1,200 and say 35, 135 accounts in here. So it's not a terribly large one, but it's not too small. And if you notice in the yellow fields up here, it has your, it has the account, the name, the parent, is it primary, is it calculated, consolidated. So these are all your property fields that are associated with the account dimension, and they're all here in the Excel worksheet. Now how they got here, all the yellow stuff in the yellow tab was automatically created when we generated the account tab. So if you notice next to Smart View, there's this add-in tab here. So if you click on the add-in tab, and you click on EPMA utilities. So what we can quickly do, if we wanted to generate a flat file, let's say we went in here and we did a bunch of updates, we did right click, inserted some new accounts or whatever, and we wanted to generate and load this dimension, what we would do is just right click on this generate flat file. But before we do that, I just want to show you how these get created. So if you notice in the dimension manager here, it's consolidation, SBase, you got your ASO and BSO, planning, profitability. So these are the applications that you can create dimensions for. So let's say on this worksheet, what I've done is this has the account and the custom dimensions with the security class on here. I split this up and I put my entities on one worksheet and my account and custom dimensions on another, because we had two people working on different sections. So you can do individual worksheets, you can have a master worksheet that has everything. So there's lots of ways to do this. And if you wanted to create an entity worksheet, you can click here and just hit the Create tab, and then it will go off and create an entity tab, and then fill out all these the property fields for you automatically. So it's that fast and simple. So what I'm going to do for you guys is where's my entity tab here? So I have an entity tab here, and let me go to the top. So it has, again, the parent name and all the attributes that are associated with it. And it has roughly about 275. So it's not terrible big, but it's not too small either. So it's a decent size. So let's say I wanted to, and I'm going to go pick on my domestic region other, and I wanted to insert some rows here. I can quickly just insert rows, you do all your Excel, copy, paste it here, and I can put an A here and add a new customer. If I wanted to go to Mexico and put a new one under here, I can insert a row here, and then again, so on and so forth. And you can have other worksheets. You can cut and paste to it. You can do lots of different things to it. Let me get over to here, hit A. Now one thing that I did notice, that the macro is disabled. So sometimes if you come in, and you can just enable the content, and then the macro is enabled. So now I added 2 new members, these 2 A members to the US other. So if we to generate the file, let me just create the new ADS file. So we'll hit generate the file. I'm going to do it in pipe delimited, because that's how I set up my format. And then this is the file here, so you can see all the stuff if you wanted to look at it. We'll save the file. I already have an entity file. I'm just going to replace this. Do you want to? Yep. We're going to save the file. So we're all good to go. So now what we can do is, so if we go look at the America region, where was I? I was in US Other. These were the basic ones here. I added 2 A's. So I added one here, I think, and then one, or BM, and then one for Mexico. So in order to add it, we just go to File, Import, from your dimensions. So nothing fancy here. We just go to I have an entity import format set up. So we just go, and I'll pick the file that I just created, and we'll upload it, and then hit import, and it goes off and imports the file. I see I have one warning. So if you have an error, then that's a problem. You have to fix it. It won't load it. But if you have a warning, that's fine. It's going to load it, but it just tells you. And the warning is up. I forgot the is primary column on the security class. So that's what that is. But it did load the file, so it's 100% complete down here. So we are good. So now if I go and refresh the application, there are the 2 entities that I loaded. So you can see by quickly using these worksheets how fast you can update and your metadata. So it's really fast and easy. It just takes a few minutes to get used to them. And that's it. So if you have any questions, call Strafford Technology. We'll be happy to help you out in any way. Thank you.